Sometimes in life, if you want to get to the truth, you have to look at the numbers. Unfortunately, 50% of all dogs over 10 years old will die of cancer, and the other 40 to 50% suffer miserably from skin issues or joint problems. And this is widely attributed to your dog's diet. These numbers are what inspired Dr. Dennis Black to create Ruff Greens. With thousands of testimonials and 5-star reviews every month, Ruff Greens is now the #1 all-natural dog supplement in America. They've helped millions of pups, like mine, stay active and be healthy. And your pup could be next. Fetch a free Jumpstart trial bag for your dog today. You just cover shipping. Go to ruffgreens.com. Just use promo code DISCO. That's RUFFGREENS.com. Promo code DISCO. You don't have to change your dog's food to improve your dog's health. Just add a scoop of Ruff Greens. Okay, next one's from Paul Prince, and subject is the unserious Nash. Question for Konnan. I watch Wrestling Bios reliving the War series, and right now he's got the summer 2000 era of WCW. And I have a question for you about Kevin Nash. Around this time, WCW was struggling to sell tickets, and the TV ratings had taken a giant drop. Nash seemed like a permanent top guy, but it seems like all he did was mess around and put very little effort into it. When he's in promo battles, he's clearly getting around and mugging to the crowd, or goofing around and mugging to the crowd. It shuts any tension of heat down instantly. My question is, even though this was a long time ago, did you happen to remember if Kevin Nash had a bad reputation behind the scenes of the locker room? Just as a fan, this is the exact type of stuff that would make me change the channel or just flat out stop watching.
Yeah.
That's why I stopped watching AEW. Tony Storm and MJF's constant resorting to lazy hack comedy is terrible. P.S. Konnan, longtime fan of yours. It's so awesome to see how amazingly well your career is doing all these years later, even though all the personal stuff you've been through. You're the man, and I'm already annoyed at how Disco will cut off your response to my question. Let's give him a yellow card now. Yellow card this guy.
Let me answer him as a fan real quick. I know exactly what he's talking about and what he means, and it did seem like during that era Nash was just running out the string and coasting, and he didn't seem to care what he was involved in. But maybe I'm wrong. You know, you guys worked with him.
Dude, a lot of the crew didn't care back then. You know, it was just everyone was getting. It was at the point where they were killing us in the ratings. Okay, everything had turned around and flipped, and everyone was just happy to be getting paid. You know, guys were glad when they would have off. So
it was a weird situation, Glenn, because the way I remember it is a lot of us weren't motivated anymore. There had been the infighting between Flair and Eric, and people just weren't motivated. And then when Chris and Eddie and Dean left, you know, that was a big hole, especially for us, the mid-carders, because we all hung out together, you know, and you really didn't know what was going on. At one time, I remember Bill Bush took over, and then somebody else took over, and it was nobody, bro. We were more, think about this, Joe. We were more concerned where we were going to go out to party than the matches.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you guys, who did you think was going to buy the company, or did you, because at one time it was like, Eric's got a deal going. New Japan might buy it.
Nobody.
You just always thought it was going to stay on
3 weeks before the company got sold, Brad Siegel came in and had a meeting with us and said, we're not selling the company.
Oh, man.
So we think, all right, we'll just, so then this is a lie. BetOnline is the world's most trusted betting platform and your #1 source for all your sports betting action. Baseball season is in full swing, and we're into the home stretch for NBA and NHL playoffs, and there's more ways to stay in on the action with the latest odds, news and scores, even live in-game betting while the games are being played, with the largest selection of odds on everything from the MLB, NHL, and UFC. And in between games, head over to the BetOnline Casino and all the top Vegas-style games, including poker and live casino action. So BetOnline, the game starts here. Next is from Lewis Rice, and the subject is Russo sabotages WCW. Hello. On a recent episode of K100, the conspiracy of Vince Russo being sent to sabotage WCW by Vince McMahon was mentioned. I didn't hear any follow-up, so I wanted to send some research and ask your opinions. Arn Anderson said many of the wrestlers in WCW believe this conspiracy. Goldberg was referenced in the clip, which appears in my list of sources at the bottom of this email. Rick Steiner also believed the conspiracy. Here's a quote. I think Russo was a plan from Vince to come down and destroy the whole thing. He didn't have one good idea. I think he was the biggest piece of cancer the business has ever seen. That's from Rick Steiner. Disco and Konnan, do you agree with Arn when he says a lot of wrestlers in WCW believe this? Is there any chance of the conspiracy being true? Why or why not? These clips are long, and I just wanted to provide them as sources. No, guys, it's absolutely not true, because they were killing us in the ratings before he ever came. Okay, we could have just if he wanted to destroy WCW, that Vince would have stayed at WWE and just kept counter programming against WCW because they were killing us in the ratings.
If that was a real conspiracy, then how come Vince never got rewarded?
It's not a conspiracy.
You know
It's absurd.
He never went back to WWE. He never got a big payday or what. He was ostracized after that, pretty much, except TNA. So I don't believe it.
Yeah. What about you, Konnan? Do you think Russo was He was sent by Vince. Go sabotage.
No, because before Joe said what he said, I was going to say it. That's number one. Number two, I know for a fact, because, you were very close to him, closer to me. He was very worried about every wrestler, like he really, you could tell, and everything, he would get in his feelings really quick, if he didn't get his way. So, but yeah, I highly, highly, highly doubt that.
Right. Yeah. So it's not even, it's an absurd conspiracy.
What's up? I just want to thank you guys for watching this clip. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And join our YouTube membership for hours and hours of exclusive, unedited, uncensored content. And being a member will help you get involved in our upcoming live streams. Thank you for your support. Thank you for riding with us. I know you got a lot of other podcast choices, be it wrestling or other ones. And thank you for picking us. Boom.